Hello, Chef. Hello, Napa Child. How y'all doing? How's your Sunday going? Mine's not too bad. Other than these stories, not too bad. These two kids you see here before you were murdered at the hands of their aunt. I'm going to pause right here and play a media video of the from the media before we go on.
With a disturbing discovery during a traffic stop in Baltimore County. Police found the bodies of two children inside of a car's trunk. Their aunt has been charged in this case. And get this, according to court documents, one of the children may have died more than a year ago. I'm joined with that press. 33-year-old Nicole Johnson faces several charges, including 2 counts of child abuse that resulted in the death of 2 children under 13. Baltimore County Police say an officer pulled Johnson over late Wednesday night, and when the officer told her that the car had to be towed because the tags were fake, the officer detected the unmistakable odor of decomposition. At one point, the officer even noticed that the bag that was tied up.
Sorry, guys.
Revealing another decomposing body of a young child. Police say those kids were her 7-year-old niece, Jocelyn Johnson, and her 5-year-old nephew, Larry O'Neill. Johnson told police she was taking care of the kids because their mother wasn't able to. But the mom told police she tried to get her kids back, and in March of 2021, she arranged to have the children returned, but the defendant never showed. According to the documents, the little girl may have been dead since last year. The aunt told police that in May of 2020, when they were staying at an inn on Pulaski Highway, she hit the little girl, and the girl fell and hit her head. Johnson described placing her niece inside a suitcase and carrying her around in a car for many months. And according to the documents, Johnson also told police that the little boy had an injury about 2 months ago, and he never woke up, and that she placed his deceased body in the plastic tote and kept him in the trunk with a sister. Johnson remains in jail with no bond.
I know you're probably like me. A million and one questions. I don't. We wanted to figure this one out, huh? Okay. The mother to these two children, which is, let me show you the picture. This is the lady you see at the bottom of the screen. That's their biological mom. Because she couldn't take care of them at the time. Now, why she couldn't take care of them, I have no idea. But here again, you need to watch who you leave your kids with, because just because she's your sister, just because she's your friend, just because she's your dad or that, don't mean nothing. Okay? Means absolutely nothing. You wind up with situations like this: one of your babies in a tote, they were malnourished, and all of that. That's not what you want for your children. It's not what you want for yourself. Hold on 1 second, guys. I'm trying. to get to my. This is what happens when you're trying to do two computers at the same time. Hold on. Hey, Gwen Stacy. Ah, this is the biological mother as of two kids that were murdered by her sister. This is the sister that actually murdered them. And she was in this hotel. And it's a 1-star hotel. If that help you to explain anything. When I said 1 star, really, honestly, I maybe I've been in the house too long, but I can't say I actually seen it. I didn't well. I know there have been, but I didn't think they were still around. Those motels like that. And the only reason she got caught, well, yeah, she had did a routine check. Her tags wasn't right. Okay, y'all ready? Put her face back up there. Good answer. We're getting ready to find out. I'm gonna get into the story. For about a year, a Baltimore woman allegedly drove a car with a gruesome secret, the dead body of her 7-year old niece, stashed in a suitcase in the trunk. Then in May, she allegedly cracked the trunk to the dump. To the She actually opened the lid to the dump the body of her 5-year old nephew inside too. Wow! It wasn't until later that police discovered the decomposing bodies of siblings Jocelyn Marie Johnson and Larry Donnell O'Neill. So how she was riding around with that odor from two bodies, I can't get that. Baltimore County Police said in a statement Thursday night that they were grieving over the unspeakable deaths after discovering the children's bodies. Then pulled 33-year-old Nicole Johnson over in a traffic stop late Wednesday. People say the brother and sister, weighing just 21 and 18 pounds. My God. Wow. Woo. They were likely malnourished before their death, WBAL reported. Their fragile bodies were brought to the office of the chief examiner to determine the cause of death. Johnson was charged Friday in connection with neglect and abuse that caused the deaths. This is truly devastating. Chief, y'all hold on, I got a call. Chief Melissa Hyatt said on Friday afternoon, adding that it shook the community and had a significant impact on the county patrol officers. Can you imagine on their forensic technicians and deputies? In charging documents obtained by local outlets, police alleged Johnson told detectives that her sister, Deshelle Johnson, had asked her to look and take care for the kids in 2019 when she was unable to care for them. The documents alleged Johnson said she had grown angry with Jocelyn more than a year ago. Hitting her face several times resulted in the girl hitting her head. Johnson allegedly told police she had her niece's body in a suitcase in her car in May 2000, well in 2020, where it was where it remained ever since. She allegedly told police that Larry's body was put in the bag alongside Jocelyn's, Lord, a year later, without providing details about how or when he died. Jocelyn was charged with multiple counts of neglect and child abuse charges, as well as failing to report the death to authorities and unauthorized disposal of the bodies. According to a probable cause statement obtained by the Baltimore Sun, Johnson was initially issued a citation to appear in court at the cops noticed unauthorized tags and registration on her car and found she had been driving without a license. And see, that's what's caught up to this. The car would be towed the car would be towed, an officer allegedly told Johnson. It was then she reported that Johnson told the officer, I don't matter. No, sorry. It don't matter. I won't be here in 5 days. Y'all going to see me in the news making my big debut, she allegedly added. The officer smiled. The officer smiled at her while the decomposing bodies, preparing the car to be towed. And he probably was smiling, thinking, you just don't know what you're going to go through. According to police documents, Johnson attempted to flee the scene when the officer opened the trunk and uncovered the first body in a suitcase before discovering the second one in a plastic bag. The document said Johnson was then taken into custody. Police police documents say Deshelle, now remember this is the biological mom, had repeatedly tried to reach her sister after leaving her son and daughter in the aunt's care in 2019, but had been unsuccessful in finding them until she was told of their deaths. Baltimore police are still coming through with the details of the case to determine what caused the kids to end up in the aunt's trunk. Due to the nature of the cause, it will take time to determine the exact circumstances that led to the children's deaths, Baltimore law enforcement said on Friday. Okay, here's my thing. Hey, James, how's it going? Glad to see you. I ain't seen you in a while. Here's my thing. They never really gave you a reason as to why mom didn't have her kids. But I'm not going to come down on her so hard because when you make moves like that, you think you're giving them to the person that could actually watch them and take care of them better than you can. But unfortunately, these two, these two were found dead. One in a trash bag, other in a tote. But she did take the plastic bag and put it over in the trunk with the tote. And just so happened, she finally gets stopped after a whole year later. Because remember, the niece had been out a year almost. She gets stopped, and that's how all this comes out. But remember, she makes the scene. I mean, she makes the statement. Well, y'all won't see me. I'm gonna make my TV debut in a few days. Now, something right there wasn't coming together either. Cause who makes comments like that? Not normally insane to people. I think it's just really sad that it turned out this way. And you know what? Where was school? What was the school thinking? Where were they thinking? Why isn't these babies at school? Who are you contacting to tell them that they're not in school? Or is it one of those cases where they don't care? You feel me? Anybody have any questions or statements? I wonder where was biological dad. Oh, I think they had two different biological fathers. I don't think they were had the same fathers. They didn't. Exactly, Napa child. Exactly. That's what you like to think. You're leaving them in the hands of somebody that you know other, until you can get yourself together. She probably sitting thinking that, well, I probably should just keep my kids with me. I wouldn't have that problem today. But I just found it odd that they did not, for no reason, tell you why those kids was with the aunt. The mama wasn't checking on them. She said she had been, of course, you know what that she said, that she had been looking for them, could not contact them, couldn't find them. I don't know what made her think this woman was the right one for the job either when you think about the fact that she did the same thing. It's like a nervous breakdown kind of thing. It has to be some mental issues going on in there. Got to be. That's just not everyday. That's not just everyday stuff. I'm sorry. That is not. All right. Any more questions about this case or comments? If you if you come up with a comment or a question after, just hold it or just write it in the chat and I'll see it as we shift gears. What you cook, Napa Child? Tell me something you cook good, girl. Okay. In this situation, it is the boyfriend charged in fatal shooting of a 22-year-old Jersey City woman. I'm getting closer and closer to you. Looks like Napa Child. I'm getting closer and closer. I'm queuing it up, y'all. I'm queuing up a few pictures. What y'all say? Can you get back to the 12-year-old who having a baby? Um, oh, the 12-year-old that had the baby by the 24-year-old man, and the parents knew about the relationship, and he took the kids and she went in. He went into the hospital when she went into labor. I guess not knowing our laws. I'm assuming, but once he got in there, he found himself being locked up. It's not cool. First of all, would you do that for your child? Cause I wouldn't. I would not. Ain't no way. Okay. Look, as Miss Bleskin stated, my gadgets don't want to stay lit. I'm gonna take these screens off, I think. Okay. Now this is kind of a updated story. It's a group where we discuss all these type of situations, like with boyfriends, girls with young boyfriends, and things of that name, of that nature. Why do those young ladies lay up? I don't get it. I don't get it. At 12 years old, pain wasn't a part of my thoughts. No way. I don't know how I don't know how they got there. At 12 years old. And had the baby shower. Remember I showed you the picture of the baby shower. And they were there just as happy as can be. just as happy as they can be. Okay, yes, real crazy. Hey, top notch food. Yes, real crazy. Welcome in, welcome in. Okay, here before you, we have a couple. He is Jashawn Gaston, 26 of New Jersey. And then we have Francis Villa, better known as Franny, 26 years old. And let me tell you a little bit about this. The boyfriend of a 22-year-old Jersey City woman has been charged with fatally shooting her last month. Hudson County prosecutor Esther Sanchez, sorry, Cerez, those two I get mixed up a lot, said Wednesday the late August death of Frances Villa was initially reported as a suicide by her boyfriend, 26-year-old Trishawn Gaston. He gonna kill her and then call it into suicide. Well, on August 21st, Gaston originally told police that he returned home and found her dead. But 4 days later, the Hudson County prosecutor's office announced that it was that they were investigating it as a homicide. Well, as a suspicious death is what they told them. Thank you. Villa's family agreed that there was more to the death than initially appeared, saying the suicide was not in a, it was not in her character. Earlier that month, Villa described his brother. They have the same last name. They just put Villa, his brother. Okay, her brother. Sorry, has a sister that are. Let's see. Villa describes his sister as very bubbly. She was always the person that not just loves to help others. She loved to see your progress in helping others. We had we told the Jersey Journal September 6th. When the Villas said that the circumstances of the death were suspicious as well, the prosecutor's office said in a press release that Villa had been shot in the upper body, but Villa's family said she had a gunshot wound in the middle of her forehead, as well as bruises on her face, arms, which they were viewed as signs of violence. Who shoots who shoots themselves in the head, like dead in the head, and I guess it's in the middle of the forehead. Wow. As Andre, his name is Andre Villa, Francis' brother. She's got to have elastic arms and a real powerful wrist. The state originally medical examiner ruled ruled her death a homicide on Monday. A day later, Gaskins turned himself into the prosecutor's office and was arrested. He was charged with first-degree murder, second-degree possession of a weapon for unlawful purposes, and second-degree unlawful possession of a weapon. Villa, the youngest of her four siblings, worked at the post office and at her brother Andre's pet grooming shop. It's called Pitbull City. She was the third. She has three children, including a son with Gaston. Andre Villa said they hoped to gain custody of the child. The news of Gaston's arrest was confronted quickly. Villa's family was sad. It was not coming big off of her shoulder, Andre said, but it felt good. It felt real good knowing that the prosecutor actually stepped in. Another family member who declined to be identified said she felt empty even after the arrest. We feel a little better, but it still don't feel complete. I guess you could say she's gone. Angelique Villa, Frances' mother, says she wants legal custody for her daughter. I don't feel satisfied, Angelique said. My daughter's not there. Nobody can bring my daughter back. And here we have another situation where another lady's gone. We really don't know why. Was there even a purpose in doing all of that? This was them after she had the baby by him. And at that moment, never knew that this may be the man that takes her out of this world. And this is her sister that spoke, holding, they had a memorial. And you know how you have the little small, I don't want to say invitation, but maybe salutations. Yeah, it's certain. I just can't imagine the hurt, the pain that these families wear behind all of this stuff. I can't do. Oof, Lord, don't ever make me have to do it. Please. And I have one more. And this is a life size, like a life size portrait or banner, I should say, that they made with the three doves in the back. Oh, wow. Anybody have any questions or comments? It's Sunday. I'm not going to tie up y'all whole day. Well, thanks, you guys. I ask you to like, share, and subscribe. If you care to contribute to the channel, you can at $MZBTOWNHESTER, all together. Well, I pray that you guys have a wonderful Sunday, and I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you.